From transfer guru Fabrizio Romano being 100% confident Newcastle will sign £15 million star.
Perfect.
To Newcastle United being ruthless.
Right, it is that time of year when clubs start to announce their retained lists, and Newcastle have announced that 5 first-team players will be leaving the club.
The Newcastle United Set to get big financial boost after £71 million reveal. To Yankuba Minteh's agent speaking about his client's future ahead of Newcastle chance. Join us as we uncover the latest Newcastle United news. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because you won't want to miss a single moment of this incredible journey.
Let's go.
Starting off, according to the latest reports, the agent of young Newcastle United winger Yankuba Minteh has spoken openly about his client's future ahead of the upcoming summer transfer window. Minteh, who joined the Magpies in a £6 million move last summer, was immediately sent on loan to Eredivisie side Feyenoord, where he enjoyed a very impressive and impactful season. The 19-year-old winger made 27 league appearances for the Dutch club, scoring 10 goals and providing 6 assists, helping Feyenoord lift the KNVB Cup trophy. Minteh's agent, Bakary Bojang, has now provided some insight into the young player's situation and what the future may hold for him. Bojang made it clear that the decision on Minteh's future ultimately lies in the hands of Newcastle United and manager Eddie Howe. Next season is next season, Bojang commented. If he goes to Newcastle, he will do his best. If he goes on loan somewhere, he will do his best as well. He just wants to play football at the end of the day. The agent acknowledged that Minteh is open to any decision made by the Newcastle hierarchy, whether that involves him joining the first-team squad or going out on loan again for further development. It's Newcastle who decide where he's going to play, but he will definitely do his best, Bojang stated. He will try to convince the manager he has a role there. It's going to be an exciting summer and he's just going to see what's going to happen. However, there are some potential concerns surrounding Minteh's immediate future at Newcastle. The club's failure to qualify for European competition next season, such as the Conference League, could limit the available playing time and opportunities for the young winger. Additionally, there are reports suggesting that Newcastle may look to sign a new right-sided winger during the upcoming transfer window, which could further impact Minteh's chances of securing regular first-team minutes at St. James's Park. As a result, it is possible that another loan move, potentially back to Feyenoord where he thrived this past season, may be the most prudent option for Minteh's continued development. But Bojang emphasized that his client will simply do his best to impress Howe and the Newcastle coaching staff during pre-season, leaving the final decision in the club's hands. No matter where you put him, he will try to perform, Bojang said. It's Newcastle and the manager who will decide if it's good enough or not good enough. He cannot do anything but play his football. The coming weeks and months will be crucial in determining Yankuba Minteh's immediate future, with his performances in pre-season likely to play a significant role in Newcastle's plans for the promising young talent. Then moving on, Newcastle United have recently announced that Paul Dummett, Matt Ritchie, Loris Karius, Jeff Hendrick and Kel Watts will be leaving the club on the expiration of their contracts this summer. All 5 are out of contract next month and will not be offered new deals, seeing the likes of Dummett depart 23 years after arriving at the club's academy, while Ritchie's 8-year stint also comes to an end. Hendrick is released after returning from a loan spell at Sheffield Wednesday. Karius is set for a move to Italy, and Watts will depart after he returned from another loan spell. Eddie Howe has reacted to the club announcement by issuing the following statement. I'd like to say a huge thank you to each of the players leaving the club this summer. They have all given so much to the cause in their own ways, and I know our supporters will join me in wishing them every success with the next step in their careers. It's easy to judge players by appearances and goals, but the contribution made to the club by Paul and Matt in particular really has been immeasurable over many years. They have had a huge influence on our progress as a team and as a club. They have been incredible people and players to work with. Their dedication, professionalism, and leadership in the dressing room during my time here has been first class, and they will bring undoubted quality and experience to their next clubs. It's also a significant moment for Kel, who has been with the club since he was 8. Kel is a top professional with an outstanding attitude, and his next club will be incredibly fortunate to have him. I wish the players and their families the very best for the future. Then in a recent exciting development, according to Fabrizio Romano, a reputable football transfer journalist, Newcastle United are expected to sign Lloyd Kelly from Bournemouth in the upcoming summer transfer window. Romano has stated that he is 100% confident that the £15 million rated defender will become a Newcastle player this summer. Newcastle want Tosin and Lloyd Kelly. I expect Lloyd Kelly to 100% be a Newcastle player in the summer transfer window, Romano said. This would be a smart signing for the Magpies, as Kelly is capable of playing both at left back and in central defense, providing valuable depth and versatility to Eddie Howe's squad. Howe, the current Newcastle manager, is already familiar with Kelly, having previously worked with him at Bournemouth. This prior relationship could be a key factor in the player's potential move to St. James's Park. While Kelly may not be considered a marquee signing, he could prove to be a crucial addition for Newcastle. The club has struggled with injuries this season, and Kelly's ability to cover multiple defensive positions could be valuable in bolstering the team's backline. In addition to the pursuit of Kelly, Romano also mentions that Newcastle are in talks to sign Tosin Adarabioyo from Fulham. Fabrizio Romano went on to name the favourites to sign Tosin Adarabioyo out of Newcastle and Chelsea. Speaking on the debrief, he claimed this situation is very open at the moment, but Newcastle are said to be favourites to sign the centre-back this summer. First of all, it's an open situation. I still see Newcastle as favourites because Newcastle started to work on this deal in March. For Tosin, there is still discussions ongoing, but I see Newcastle as favourites. Interest from Chelsea has been there since the final week of March. Chelsea are well informed on Tosin. I'm not aware of anything advanced with Chelsea. I'm not sure anything is decided with Chelsea. I think the situation is still quite open with Newcastle pushing to make it happen, Romano said. This suggests that the Magpies are actively strengthening their defensive options this summer, with the potential signings of both Kelly and Adarabioyo. Overall, the reports indicate that Newcastle are wasting no time in the current transfer window, and the signing of Lloyd Kelly, as per Fabrizio Romano's confident prediction, could be one of the early moves made by the club as they look to build on their impressive performance this season. Then, according to sources reported by Football Insider, Newcastle United is set to receive a significant financial boost after the £71 million losses suffered by the club in the 2021-22 season are removed from their Profit and Sustainability Rules (PSR) calculations starting in July. The current PSR regulations for Premier League clubs allow a maximum loss of £105 million over a rolling 3-year period. The substantial losses of £70.7 million announced by Newcastle for the 2021-22 season had previously limited the club's ability to invest in new signings, as it put them at risk of breaching the regulations and potentially facing a points deduction. However, with the financial year ending on June 30th, the 2021-22 losses will no longer be considered in Newcastle's 3-year PSR calculations. This change in the accounting period is expected to provide the club with much more flexibility to spend and invest during the upcoming transfer window. Sources have indicated that Newcastle's senior figures will still be cautious about their spending due to the £73 million loss recorded in the 2022-23 season. However, the club's anticipated successful 2023-24 campaign, which includes revenue from their Champions League participation, is expected to help balance the books and further strengthen their financial position. This news provides a significant boost for Newcastle United, as they can now look to strengthen their squad without the same level of restrictions imposed by the PSR regulations. Fans can expect the majority of the club's new signings to be completed after the June 30th cutoff date, as the club takes advantage of this improved financial flexibility. Then finally, if you want to know how Newcastle United are secretly hatching a genius plan to dominate the transfer window, as 6 deals are close to being agreed, click the video link on screen now.